You go out in the garden, they're not around you, and all of a sudden they're around you. And then there's another one, and another one, and another one, and they're all at you. And it's very, very difficult to focus on what you're doing, and you want to just start sweating and doing, and then you start working up a sweat, and you start going crazy, and you just give up on being in the garden because they're driving you crazy. Well, I got a really simple solution. It's unbelievably simple and very satisfying. A lot of people online say they have solutions for horseflies and that sort of thing. And the solution is to like kill all of them. But I don't want to kill all the horseflies. I don't know, and the deerflies. I don't know what purpose they serve in nature, but I don't want to kill all of them. I want the ones that are attacking me, the ones that have found me. Let me show you what I do. These yellow strips are for pests. You can put them in your garden, and they're supposed to prevent flea beetles and things like that. Sorry, I'm still, they're still whizzing around my head. So, you know, you can put flea beetle. These yellow strips are for flea beetles, and they're sticky tape. They're like fly paper, right? And for whatever reason, I don't know why, but these are deer flies, I think. They want to attack the back of your head. They whiz around and around and around and around, and they go for the back of your head when they think you've given up, when they can get a piece of you. So you just stick these on your hat, and they will, over time. I mean, you got to protect your shoulders, you got to protect your arms, you got to do what you can, but eventually they're going to go for the back of your head. And if you've got, I mean, I've got some just adhesive tape here, and that works. But the yellow or red, that sort of color, I don't know why, but they go for it. You can get these in garden centers. It's just adhesive tape for pests. And you put these on the back of your hat. I'm going to show you how I do it here in a second. But this works. I mean, look how many flies are here. These are all the ones that are harassing me, right? You're working in the garden, you hear them zoom, zoom, and all of a sudden you hear bzzz, that means they're caught, right? And you can just leave them on there to suffer. You can squish them. You can do whatever you can. I don't want them to get away. So you can see some of these guys are moving. They're just stuck. And I usually just squish them. And some of them, they're still around. I'm going to put this hat back on, but I'm going to show you how I do this, all right? So whatever hat you're wearing, okay? And there's lots of different ways to do this. I'm just showing you the basic principle, right? You get your sticky strips. You can get these in any garden center or online. Right? I believe these were provided to me by Safers years ago. I've used them in the garden and not found them that useful, okay, for preventing pests from getting at my vegetables. But they're great for horseflies. So really, they're not sticky on this side, but really, really sticky on the other side. You just take your hat and you stick it to the little adjuster thing there. That's it. And you could put two on there side by side or whatever, right? And you just put the hat on and they'll find it and they'll get stuck on there. And I mean, it's a good idea to put like a handkerchief over your head. Almost looks like a mullet. That's what my wife calls it, a gardening mullet. Right? Put a rag over your head to keep them out of your ears and that sort of thing. And then you put the hat over top of that. And they're going to whiz around and whiz around. And they're going to try for your hands, they're going to try for your wrists, they're going to try for your arms, all that sort of stuff. But at some point, some of them are going to go for this. And once they touch it, they're stuck and they're done. And man, is it ever satisfying to hear that. You hear that whoom, whoom, whoom. And then you hear, and they're stuck, and you got them. Right? So this is a solution I've been using last year and this year. Last year was experimental. This year is basically standard issue. I've got my teenage son who's 15 and my daughter who's 13. They come out and help me in the garden with various things. And of course, they've got very little patience for horseflies and deerflies because when they bite you, it hurts. Right? They can bite you right through a shirt. They're very aggressive and they just drive you bananas. And they enjoy the sound of them getting stuck on these strips, and it works. So if the horseflies and the deerflies are driving you bananas and you can't get your stuff done in the garden, I mean, there's one on the camera right now. You know, this time of year, right? Late June, early July, if you're out in the garden for any more than 5 or 10 minutes, they find you and they're around and they attack. And so, I mean, if I'm just running out here for 5 or 10 minutes, I don't bother with anything, but I have to come out for an hour or two and I got stuff to do, which is the case today. I put these things on my hat. One just landed on the camera, right? And there's two on the camera right now. And that's the other thing. They love the color black. So don't wear black. It's another really good piece of advice. White, beige, light green, light colors, avoid black. I don't know why, but they love the color black. So don't wear black pants, don't wear a black t-shirt, all that sort of stuff. Another one just landed on the camera, right? And there's one on the camera right now. So avoid black at all costs, but using this little strip of adhesive tape on the back of the hat. I don't know why they go for the back, and I'm sure if the entire top of the hat was adhesive, you get more of them, but at the very bare minimum, you put it on the back. And it's so easy to do because you can just put it against the little adjuster strip there. There's two on the camera now. And it'll work just great. So anyway, I hope you found this interesting. I gotta get moving. If you sit still and you stay in one place, they really start showing up. But they're not biting me right now. They're just doing that thing where they come around, they buzz around, they buzz around, they drive you crazy, right? And at some point, I just heard another one go into the hat. And another one. I just felt it happen. You can hear it happening, and it's so satisfying to hear them get stuck up in that tape. I bear them no ill will. You know, everything deserves to live in nature. But if I had to eradicate a species from the planet, it would probably be deerfly. We get horseflies here, but the deerfly, I mean, I live, you know, it's a forested area here, and deerfly are around. They're fast and they're agile and they attack. And yeah, it feels so good to get them fetched up on that tape. So anyway, hope you found that interesting. Give it a try if that's a problem for you. I guarantee it's gonna be satisfying and it's gonna work really well. And it's a really cheap, easy, practical solution to the deerfly problem that plagues any gardener in a semi-rural or rural situation. So I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. And until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.